Hi guys, welcome to my new video for a new build. The plane is courtesy of our friends over at MinimumRC, and they've sent me a couple of models to have a look at, and a transmitter as well, which is excellent. Let me turn you down and I'll show you the first model. Cheers. One I'm going to build now, which is this one. And this one, yep, you'll have to wait to see what's in that one, because that's going to be a surprise for you. So this one, and the old Fly Sky transmitter. It's got a nice feel to it if you've not felt it, and the gimbals are quite nice as well. So I should be using that transmitter to power the model. I think it's a 6-channel actually, yeah. FSI 6. 2.4 gig, of course. So that's the transmitter, which is excellent. So what's in the box? Let's have a look. There's a little trestle that it sits on. That's one side. In here we have the Macchi M5 Italian biplane pusher seaplane. That's a mouthful. I think this is one of their newer kits. I'll also link to this one on their website, of course, but I've got to find the building instructions to be totally clear as to what I'm doing. So let's just cut it open, have a look at the various parts. Nothing like a new build, is there? A little bit different to what I have been building. Transfers, look at that. Obviously the top deck. I don't know, I assume it'll fly off water, I don't know. 2mm foam, pre-printed. A bit small, looks like it could be quite a quick build actually. Structure. External structure, wings, must be some struts somewhere, they'll be in the bag. Dihedral brace, control horns, etc. So there's the extent of the components. On the MinimumRC website there's a link to each individual model has a link to the build instructions. There's 19 pages of build instructions in full colour. You can view that on a monitor if you like, but what I've done, printed 4 pages per sheet, so I've only actually got 5 sheets in black and white. That's quite ample. I don't want to be wasting paper or ink. There's the receiver. The whole model I think weighs about 30 grams, which is just over the ounce. They work very nicely indeed. So now I can start the assembly. Stage 1, a couple of plywood parts to cut out, so I'll just put the battery off again. Beautiful. And that piece and the okay, servo's mounted as per picture. So it glues in there like that. It's nice to have a change of pace, you know, building the last model that I've just built, which was the False E1 out of bolster and tissue. Yeah, I can use a couple of weights just to hold it in place, and you know what weights I'm going to use, guys, don't you? Of course the top and bottom decks are going to hold everything in the correct location. It is set now, so we'll take those off. As you can see, it's a little bit fiddly diddly, guys, isn't it? Put it up a little bit more, put it in, one there. Okay, I've added a little bit to that there. Don't know if you can see that there. So I've just brought that back out to where it should be to match the other side. But the front has to be bent around, so I'll just ease that around a little bit in advance. And that will go in there like that, pulled around. Okay, let's put that in there. In there. Okay guys, I've just taken the hatch off of the building board and offered it up. It does sit slightly further forward than I'd have liked to be secure at the back, but I think by the time I've put the stickers on, that will take that gap up. Stop this moving about. I'm going to put a pin through it like that and get it on really accurately then. That's nice. Now what have we got here? We've got two parts. We've got the rear deck and then we got the front deck. I can't put the front deck on. That has to go on in when that's on, and I can put it in one piece and then cut it. There's a small cut there to show you roughly where to cut it, but I'm going to put it on in one go. So, but I can put the rear deck on. It's not bad. Just open that slot up again. Right, that's the rear deck sticker on. Just before I pack up tonight, guys, I'm going to glue the motor assembly in place because it can be drying overnight. Now, these are the components, and you glue that to that, and it says about there being a 2mm height difference, and you can see there that there is. The easy way to just line up the motor slots and the rest will fall into place. The motor wire itself is going to continue around this small groove. It's worth just roughing that metal up slightly just for good measure. Just in case there's some manufacturing grease or something on the garnet. That in there like that. Cable goes around there, comes up and out the side. Okay, goes on there and in there. Have a look around. Sticking out 2mm top edge. That's quite a weighty little structure now with that motor in it. Might be an idea to line up that little hole actually. Maybe that's the thing to line up. Something like that. That's not bad. Right, I've got to put a cut right where the end of the hatch is, which is from there to there. Just keep checking it till the glue dries, or as the glue dries. grabs pretty quick, this glue, so let that set and come back to it in a minute. Use the end of a carbon fibre rod to score through the half cut line of the wing surface. I'm guessing this is to give it some under camber. That's enough or not. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to file the square edge of the dihedral brace off a little bit to help it around the corner. Down there. And across there. What I plan to do is to just hold it while it sets. Okay, just hold that for a few minutes and I'll come back to you. Alright, that seems to be holding itself, so I'll set that to one side to dry. That looks sweet, doesn't it? Next part is the tailplane and rudder fin. Right, half scored through rudder, finish off that by pressing the carbon fibre rod into it. That should now give us some rudder throw. It says about 5mm rudder throw each side, so not a huge amount. Seems to work well enough. Okay, that's those components, and there's a couple more tail components to find. Goes on there. We put this little support piece straight on, no point in hanging about. Slightly leaning over to one side, let's check that side. Yeah, it's pretty much there. Okay, we'll let that set. In actual fact, I could do with removing that sticker. With you. So I've glued on the rather complicated looking horns. They're not really complicated, but I'm going to let that set and then I can glue the whole assembly onto the fuselage. I've just stuck on these two little side trims on there because I should be gluing it on soon. Big moment this, major component going on. Let's just hold it there like that. Okay. Up to there. More like it. I can now glue foam to foam. Okay. So let's just drop that on there, remembering it's a pusher plane. I'm giving the wings the same treatment as the tail, and that is the pressing the carbon rod into the very finely cut slot on the bottom of the wing, just pushing it in there and then putting it over an edge, just easing it into an aerofoil section. Yes. Might be an idea, glue them in first. Yeah, just got to come in about 5 degrees. Now, very important to get the struts around the right way. Okay, that's the front one. Goes in there, goes in there. Right, we'll go away. Oh, we've got to bend it at the angle. Got to bend it in a bit, about 5 degrees. Won't be far out then. Okie dokie. So I've got the top wing glue in, one side at a time, then joined in the middle, and the pegs are holding it down onto the spar dihedral brace. And it's looking pretty good actually. Quite pleased with it. All the weights are in place, as you can see. It's all jigged up, just drying. Okay, time to remove the weights. It's been a pretty fun model to build this. Pretty fast model as well. The little catch works up under. So normally that would have been hinged on the transfer. I cut it. That should have just hinged up to change the battery pack. So little boo-boo there, but it'll hold itself in place okay. Oh, prop to go on. That's just a push fit, I'm guessing. Leading edge of the wing. And then over the trailing edge. And round like that. That's a good fit. It'll just be a push fit, I'm guessing. There we go. Oh, that's what the wing cutout's for, look, for the propeller, of course. Oh, look at that. It's not a bad little aeroplane, is it really? Now they suggest moving the servos forward to get the clips on, pull it back and drop it in. There we go. So we got the two servos connected up there. Now I've got to recenter them and then I can cut them to length and fit the tubing on the back end, not using the lighter because it's set fire to the aeroplane. So finish with that. And would you believe both servos will need reversing as well because they're both pulling backwards. That's okay. Right, off, off. Right, the radio gear is stuffed in there and the servos are centered, so it's just a matter of cutting these carbon rods. I'm going to slide on the tubing first because if I do crush the end I'll never get it on. Slide that up out of the way then, turn it and it's in there like that. Then I can cut that to length and just slide the tube down over both parts. Okay. Let's just pull. They supply a 260 milliamp hour battery. It goes in there like that. COG is 15 millimeters back from the top wing. So it could be a little bit tail heavy there. I'm balancing it on the main spar, the front, which is about, I would say 15 mil at the center. Yeah, slightly tail heavy. Let's see what we can find to put in the nose. Anyway, let's test the rudder and elevator. Here we go. Oh, they are back to front, by the way. That's about 5mm, and I'd say that throw is about right. It's about 5mm each way. So there we are, guys, the MinimumRC Macchi, and I haven't weighed it, but it looks like a fair amount of wing area, so I think it's going to fly really nice. Pretty straightforward build. Just had that little problem with the fuselage size. Overlaid them on each other when you start your kit, just in case it's been stamped a little bit funny. Easy enough to correct it. If you remember, I had to insert that little bit of white. You can see the white there, and on the opposite side a little bit around the nose, and there was a bit to take off on the back, but you'll just see by overlaying the two fuselage sides you'll be able to see exactly what needs to be slightly altered. It's a pretty little model, nicely printed, went together really easily. And I'm looking forward to the maiden flight. Should be great. Should be today. Macchi M5 from MinimumRC. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Hit the little like button. I'll also link at the end of this video to the maiden flight, which will come up just after I finish speaking now. And you can see how she flies. Hit the like button and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.